Hi everyone, it's Karen from tillycrafts.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I thought I'd just bring you this card today. This is using the Best Dress stamp set, and no, it isn't using the Best Dress stamp set. I keep getting this wrong. I couldn't find it today because I was looking under the wrong thing. It is actually the Dress to Impress stamp set. This was in the mini catalogue, but it has carried over to the new one, which I'm quite happy about because I was umming and ahhing about getting it, and then in the end I got it. So this is the card we're going to be making today. I did this one using Gorgeous Grape, and there's a bit of Highland Heather on there as well. The only thing that's out of date are these doilies. I'm just waiting for my new ones to come out of the catalogue, and they're really nice, the square ones this time. But however, I'm going to use them up because waste not, want not. And for inside, I just decorated it with a bit of DSP and laid it on a background. Right, let's get started. So we need a card base. It's an A4 sheet of paper, cut in half and scored in half, and then I'm just going to fold it and use my bottom folders to get a nice edge on it. And this measures 4 1/4 across by 5 7/8 when it's folded in half. We also need a piece of Melon Mambo for inside. I thought I'd change up the colours, so that's why I'm doing it in Melon Mambo. Piece of Melon Mambo, bit of Whisper White. We'll stamp that now and then it's done. So I'm bringing in my Melon Mambo ink. I have got this Stampin' mat. These haven't carried through, but they are quite good when you're using photopolymer stamps. And I've just knocked my tripod. I hope it hasn't gone off. Nope, I think it's okay. And it would help if I could find what I'm looking for. So that's what I'm looking for. Birthdays are the best days. That's a great saying. Now this is out of the beautiful friendship stamp. I just love the way it stamps. There we go. Birthdays are the best days. I'm doing that in Melon Mambo. We'll stick that in after, only for the simple fact I'm using a bit of DSP on it. Now this was in the Best Dress, so I'm using it up. But I can't decide whether to do the flowers or the dots, so I will leave that until we've decided what we're going to do. So bob that up there. And I need to do some stamp the ink bottles. Right. I have got some other cards to show you at the end. On some of them I've used my blends to stamp, but on this one I'm using this infill stamp to create the effects. So I need 3 bottles. I'll put in there. There we go. I'm just going to stamp that one again because it's not quite how I like it. Let's turn that around and get one on here. There we go, that's a bit better. Right, to finish with that stamp, just pop it out of the way and just put this on before I get it in my fingers. Right, so what I used was like the stamping off technique. I'm just going to trim this off, then I can show you. So for the darkest one, what I did was, get it the right around. I'm just going to put a bit of scrap paper on. Yeah, put a bit of scrap paper on just in case I get it all over. I'm trying to be good. So what I basically did was I took this stamp and I just went over it like that. then I stamped it again, and it just gives that little effect on it. I'm not even sure if I did it that way around last time, but I quite like that. And then for the second bottle, I stamped it up, I stamped off, stamped once, and then stamped again. And then on the third bottle, wherever it's gone, because that's the one I'm not using, on this one, I stamped off once, twice, and then I came in and did that one like that. So I quite like those. But on some of the others, which I'll show you later, I have actually used my blends on them. Right, I'm just going to quickly cut these out. It's not like Blue Peter's today. I was going to prepare some, but I wanted to show you how I stamped it off. So, don't mind fussy cutting these because they are quite big. Oops, this is part of my Make It Thursdays videos, so this should be going out on the 18th of June, the day before my birthday. Can't wait for my birthday this year. Well, I can't wait for Stampin' Up to release the new mini cutters and embossing machines, because my two lovely daughters have said they'd get me the small one and the large one. How lucky am I? And then I can actually show you cutting out when I'm doing some die cutting and that, instead of pre-doing it, because my machine's that big it won't fit under here. There's a little tiny mini one that just fits on your desktop, and a one that's a bit bigger, but even that would still fit on. Right. Anyway, I hope you're all keeping well. I don't know what this weather's doing at the minute. We seem to be having rain and sunshine all in one day. I just wish it'd do one thing or the other, because mind you, it is good for the grass, because the grass was looking a bit dry. Right. See, it doesn't take that long to cut these out. There were dies with this, but I didn't get them. Just thought it's more money for another stamp set. There we go. I have started doing as well. I've had a lot of questions from people that wanting to join my team, or new demonstrators asking about certain things in the catalogue, like, you know, about what's what with stamp sets, what paper do you use, and, you know, just queries like that. So what I've actually done, I've just started recording some little tips videos, and they're only like, I think maximum 10 minutes long, where I'm just coming on and just showing you the different things and what's what with them. So if you're interested, I'd have a look. The first one went live on the 8th of June, and you should have seen another one on the not the 9th. Can't even think of my dates. Is it the 15th of June, the Monday after? So if you fancy having a look in, you might pick some tips up if you're not already quite established at doing Stampin' Up. Right, that's that bit done. So I've got those. I also need to do my sentiment. Now, this is one, if I can find it, wherever I've put the circle. See, I do this, I get all prepared, then I can't. Whoops, apologies, just knocked it. We're back up there, can you see? Yep. This is one that I've already die cut out, and I've used the second smallest circle, and these are out of the stick shapes, which I think are really good value. I just need to just check my camera, just bear with me 1 minute. I think it's all right, or just let me waggle it, just bear with me while I waggle it. Right, there might be a slight blip in this. I've been having problems with recording the wrong way. I'm getting there though. In this, it's called the Stitch Shapes Framelets, and you get 3 different shapes. You get the squares, the ovals, and the circles, and you get 4 of each, and they are really good. They put a nice little stitching edge all round there. So I'm using them because I really like them. There are some others coming out as well, but I'm sticking to these at the minute. And also to get my layer, this is a scallop punch, starburst punch it's called. This has retired, so I'm waiting in the catalogue to see what's going to replace it, because they have got some with stitch edging, scalloped edging coming out, so I need to have a look at them. So at the minute I'm still using my punch, so that'll layer up there nicely. And for this, we are having Happy Birthday, and I got this out of, because I like the font. Now I shouldn't really have this now because it has retired, but Magnolia Blooms. I also have the Good Morning Magnolia, which is the big magnolia, but the font on that is just so nice, so I just wanted to use it on this card. So I'm just going to stamp it up and then just eyeball it where it is in the middle and stamp. There we go. How nice is that? That looks so pretty. Right, so I shall glue that down and then we'll put the card together. Oh, I've got one more thing to stamp first. Let's put that on there. That can be drying on while we're waiting. On the other one, I did a Hello Fabulous, so I'm just going to stamp that on here. One thing about these photopolymer stamps, you can see through them, so you can line things up, which is really good. Right, I'm just going to pop those out of the way for a minute. I'm going to close my ink up before I put my fingers in it, which I quite haven't got it all over me already. Where's my snips? So I'm just trimming this off. There's no right or wrong way. I mean, this is, just let me tell you. This is 1 inch wide, and I'm just trimming it to about there, just so it looks nice. And then I'm just going to give it a little tag like this. Oops. I always make a mess of these. That's it. There we go. They have got a little blodge on there, but you can't really see it. And it's handmade, so adds to the charm. Right, so let me grab my card. So I'll do that in a minute. So on the front of my original one, we had a piece of DSP, and this measures 2 3/4 by 5 5/8, and I want it to run the full length, no, with a border, something like that. And then I have a piece of Whisper White, which will go in the middle there. And then we had a doily. Now originally I was going to do it in Flirty Flamingo, and I thought, oh, that'll match in nicely, but now I've gone for the Melon Mambo. It looks a bit odd, so I'm waiting, because Stampin' Up have brought out a Melon Mambo in blender pen, but that hasn't come yet. It should be here very shortly. So what I decided to do was bring out, because Lovely Lipstick is quite similar to this. It's not bang on, but it's very similar, and I think that's why they didn't bring out the Melon Mambo. But this is retiring, well, has retired now, so they're bringing out a Melon Mambo one, which is on its way. But as you can see, it's very similar, so I'm just going to colour over it. and I only need half, so I won't go right to the edge, but just make sure I've got it covered. This is one of the things I love about blends. You can do so much with them, not just colouring in flowers, which I love doing. You can colour doilies in, ribbon. I love colouring ribbon in. Right, have I got all of that? Nope, missed a bit. There we go. That will dry a bit lighter, which is fine. And I'm just going to do it on here to make sure it's dried. There we go. That's a nice pattern as well. Could do that on a card. Right, so let's put this together. I think my trimmer needs a new blade. I've used it that much. See, I was debating whether to go with that, but I don't like it, so I'm going to go with the dots. That's the good thing about these two-sided papers, is you can change your mind. So I'm doing this now and I forgot to put my doily on, so just bear with me 1 minute. I'm actually just going to put a bit of snail down here. You won't see that because the label will go over it. There we go. This is slightly wider than the other one, I think, but you can just see it there, and that's great. And then my white cardstock down the middle. I didn't give you the measurements for this, did I? This is 1 3/4 by 5 5/8, so it goes nicely down the middle. There we go. And then I stuck, just looking for my dimensionals. Been really good actually. I've labelled all my boxes up now so I can find things, which is good. Right, let's turn these all over. She says looking, and I think I've run out, but we will sort that out. And then what you do is you come along and you just cut these up. Waste not, want not. There's one left in the middle. I love that. On there. Right. Is that the 3 bottles? And I want some on here as well. Oh, I didn't cut those, did I? Use these up. One in the middle. And then I'm just going to use a little one. Turn it round, Karen, would help. On there. All of those. I think I used small dimensions on the other one, but I've run out and wait there on my next order that's coming soon. So by the time you see this, you might see an unboxing of my goodies that I've got. They get everywhere, these, and then I get stuck up. I did try the pick tool. Right, that's the darkest one. Right. That's that one. Right, the reason I'm doing this is because you can make sure that your perfume bottles will fit on before you stick them down. There we go. I'll do this one first. That is the lightest one. Let's bring it down a bit. Put the top one on and then the bottom one on, and then you know the middle one will fit in. There we go. And then the label, I'm just thinking this might be a bit too big now. I think my bottles are more over this way than on the other one. There we go, that's fine. And then my Hello Fabulous, I think I just stuck this down. I didn't even stick this one up on dimensionals, but I just pop that in there and it goes over the glue. That's lovely. And then we just need to do the inside card. Right, so now we know we're going with the dots. We'll just put a bit of glue down here and then just line it up. Just make sure I've got it on the right edge then. And you can slide it over because it's glue. And cut it off. That's that done. I'm just going to go along with my bone folder because that edges up a little bit, but that's the ideal thing for a bone folder, it smooths it out. There we go, that's nice now. Right, stick that on there. Pop it in. I think this card just needs a little bit of bling. Not much, just a little bit. And I've got the ideal dots. So that goes in there. Chuff with that. Let's turn around and grab my dots. See, you can see this sparkly gems, pearls, gold and silver, or coloured gems. So I'm thinking of going Melon Mambo, and I am using these up because I don't want to waste them. If I can find them, there they are. How gorgeous these! But these haven't carried through, but obviously I'm not going to waste them. So I think we'll have one on there with a little one, and then I might just pop a couple round. There we go. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna have to put another one on because I like odd numbers. I think we'll put one there. And the finishing touches to this is a bit of Winker Stella just over the perfume bottles to make it sparkle. I don't know if you can see this, and it does pick up sometimes some of the Melon Mambo because it's quite a dark ink, but then it just likes it's faded. There we go. And what do you think to that? Do you like that? Would you like to get that? And that's the inside. Right, there's the original that I did. You can see this one's got sister on, but that's because I've made that for somebody. And I might actually just, see as we're here with the dots, is add a couple to this. How good's that? Good spot. Right, and I've done it again. Apologies. It's very temperamental today, or my arm is, I should say. Right, we've also got this one I made, and this is with the lipstick, the shoe, and this one I've actually used my blends on. So I've used Petal Pink, I think that was either So Saffron, I think it was, and again on the lipstick, and I've used, I think it was Purple Posy and Granite Grey, and then the Petal Pink on the top. So that was another variation of the card. And this one was with the lipsticks. I really like this, Be As Bold As Your Lipstick. So that's the 4 cards. So I'm quite pleased with them. You'd have to let me know which one's your favourite. I'll just bring that down a bit, and hopefully the video will look all right when we play it. So thank you very much for joining me today. It was a pleasure having you listen to me. Speak to you all again soon. Bye.